So last but not least, Damien, if you want to talk to us about your constellation that you intend to do at Stella, would be delighted to hear about that.
All right. I have two questions for you. Raise your hands if you ever tried a video call while in the back of a Uber or on a train. And don't be shy. Knes and Isa are already gone. Yes. Oh, you're right. You're here. Thank you, Geraldine, for being with us. Okay. Keep your hands raised if you ever succeeded. Yeah. It doesn't work. And then I need a clicker. Thank you. And there is a stat for that. The stat is that 40% of our highways and railways do not have the right quality of service, according to ARCEP, the French regulator. You might have 4G or 5G written on your phone, but you won't be able to have that video call. And if it's a frustration to all of us on an everyday basis, it's a complete roadblock for all the applications that do depend on connectivity. Let me give you two examples. Stellantis, right around the corner, announced that they will put Alexa from Amazon in all new cars. Would you like to ask a question to Amazon if you have 40% chances of not being answered? Me neither. Second example, autonomous driving. For the car to be safe, to anticipate what's behind the curve, it needs connectivity, because obviously the sensors are not able to do that. For the car to be fast, so that the anticipation can help it to drive to the maximum speed and not to the 60 kilometers per hour of the latest Mercedes on the German roads, it needs connectivity. And this is where we come in. We bring digital life, to vehicles and passengers. And to do that, we bring an outstanding internet by harnessing the power of space networks and terrestrial networks into one unified user experience. Let me give you the recipe. We first start with terminals. And to be clear, I'm not really a chicken spring. I already work for two satellite LEO broadband constellations. One of them was Skybridge back in the days, and the more recent one was OneWeb. And we all started with the same ideas. The space ballet, the satellites, they're fascinating, obviously. And then we thought about the terminals, and then we thought about the market. But to be able to address the automotive industry, we need to flip the pyramid. We need to start with the terminals. And the constraints on the car are huge. There are no room on a roof to accommodate a space terminal. There is no power, especially in electric vehicles. The performance has to be high, while it has to cost pennies. So this is the huge challenge right now that needs to be addressed by the space sector. And that's the reason why, actually, we don't see today Starlink terminals onto Teslas. This is a huge opportunity for Europe to shine. Then we need terrestrial networks, all of them, 4G, 5G, Wi-Fi. But is it sufficient to bring broadband while on the go? No, we know now. 40% of the time, we don't have the right quality of service. We need satellite to complement. We need plenty of them. Florence, David, we will need your help to have this. And to be clear again, when addressing the automotive sector, they have a very clear expectation. They don't want to be locked in with specific proprietary technologies. They want to be able to use space systems the way you use mobile networks. It has to be 5G from space, very clearly. Is it worth it? Yes, it's really worth it. Listen to this. There are 80 million new cars being built each year, virtually all of them being connected. There are 1.4 billion vehicles driving on Earth today. This is the latest, the next mass market for the space sector. This is honestly the best blossom we could hope for the SATCOM industry looking forward. The last ingredient of the recipe is software. And actually, we're starting with software because even today, the car manufacturers are asking us to start with software so we can put our software into their vehicles and enabling them to be agnostic from terrestrial networks, to be able to switch to Wi-Fi if needs be. What can they do with that? Well, two buckets of applications, to be clear. First of all, they can save on costs. Today's cars are just like phones. They need to be updated regularly. And if you go on cellular, you know it yourself, well, it's more costly than if you do that with Wi-Fi at home. It's the same thing for a car. If you can do that with the Wi-Fi, the parking, it's going to be cheaper. That's what they want to do first with our software. Then the other thing that they would like to do is the new services. Being able to have Alexa finally answering to you while you're driving. And then for the autonomous car, to be able to finally be rolled out onto streets and roads, being safe and efficient. Everything wouldn't be possible without a team, and let me tell you a little bit about my co-founders. Anela is the former connectivity director of Porsche. Not really a chicken spring either. And she's in Germany, in Stuttgart, and she obviously is leading all the relationship with our German car manufacturers partners. We have also Hassan, that I met 20 years ago while working at Skybridge. And for myself, I'm a space engineer, nobody's perfect. And I signed this deal with Facebook to bring broadband internet via satellite in Africa. It was the first time that the space sector made a deal with a GAFAM. And it was at the time where Facebook was still cool, so it was a long time ago. All right. This is the last slide between you and the buffet, so I'll quick up. Two things to keep in mind for this last slide. On the right-hand side, you see something which is the world first automotive-grade terminal that has been put onto a car that seamlessly switches between 5G networks and satellite networks, so that the user within the car doesn't know if it's on space or on terrestrial networks. And actually, it doesn't matter. This was done not in China, not in the US. That was done here in Europe. And on the left-hand side, you have our QR code. I'm here because I need talents. I'm here because I need partners. And I'm here because I need investors. So go ahead, click that QR code. Thank you.